Come, please come. Pulkit.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please sit down.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Everything okay?
Yes.
So, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm Dr. Pulkit Bansal, a 24-year-old medical graduate from 𝐸𝐴MS, New Delhi. I was born in Ludhiana, Punjab, but since then I have been living in Delhi only. My father is an advocate and my mother is a homemaker.
Okay, good. Pulkit, you are a very well qualified doctor.
Yes.
Why you get into file pushing job? What is this change of decision? Why you choose this job?
Sir, I reside in GTB Nagar, which is near Mukherjee Nagar only. So I have seen people preparing for UPSC since my childhood. But initially there was no intent, to be honest, to go into civil services. It was only in college, third, fourth year, when I actively decided that I should pursue civil services. The most fascinating thing about civil services is that first, it provides a scope for creating large impact, sir. As a doctor, I can maybe create impact in lives of few people on a daily basis. But as a civil servant, it will be a huge responsibility to create a significant impact. And also the job profile is very diverse. So, sir, these two factors attracted me towards civil services.
Because people are preparing Mukherjee Nagar, so many people are doing this. A doctor should do that. Because many people will do, they are selling so many things also. Pakoda selling, so many things are happening around us. Why a doctor, a qualified doctor like you? India needs doctors. Village needs doctors. Impact will be very high. If you do a great job, doctors will be recognized. Cardiologist is recognized. The famous cardiologist, he can save so many people. How? You think that how many administrators have that kind of impact, like Dr. Trahan, who is a cardiologist specialist, who has made, Medanda, a lot of impact.
Yes, sir.
So,
Sir, I think this is a very individual decision. Maybe a doctor can pursue, a medical graduate is normally expected to pursue a degree in post graduation so that he can take up any specialty and take a one line so that he can treat patients and help and provide services to the society. Sir, but sir, in my case, I realized that instead of focusing on curative aspects, I want to go into policy making so that preventive and promotional aspects can be focused upon, sir.
okay, so.
Pulkit, you come from Punjab,
Yes, sir.
right? And you are talking of impactful. Now, Punjab agriculture is, to put it mildly, in a mess. So what would you do to revive Punjab agriculture? And second, related question which you can answer after that, is MSP the solution? As the Punjab farmers seem to be suggesting, or do you think that's really not the solution?
Sir, I believe first there needs to be crop diversification because the purpose of Green Revolution has been fulfilled to ensure that food security is there. Now our farmers need to be persuaded so that they should diversify their cropping pattern and it should be based on the climatic patterns of the particular place. Second, sir, there is problem of groundwater depletion in states like Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh. So we should also focus on water sustainable practices and irrigation practices which have improved the water use efficiency. They should be more promoted. Sir, MSP is not a solution to improve agriculture. Instead, a holistic approach should be there to ensure that all the stages of agriculture are being actively promoted. Instead of just providing subsidies, I think at every step we can ensure some governmental intervention so that as a whole agriculture increase its productivity and the issues of disguised unemployment can be tackled and people should be moved out of the agricultural sector into manufacturing and services.
So what about alternative marketing channels? What should be done? Any two suggestions that you have?
Sir, first, there should be focus on promoting cooperative societies. Second, sir, e-marketplaces can be connected to farmers so that, like e-NAM, agriculture market, so that farmers can realize true potential of their crop, and they can explore diverse markets, and they can cater to different demands instead of just selling it in local agriculture mandis.
Okay, now I see from your hobbies that you like watching Hindi movies with social themes. So can you tell which movie has struck a chord with you, and would you be able to use it, for example, if you are an administrator?
So, sir, recently I watched two movies. One was Lapata Ladies, and second one was Jai Bhim. So, in Lapata Ladies, the movie showed a contrast between how a women who usually under the patriarchal norms have been suppressed, and on the other hand, if given a chance, she can prove herself in the outside world. Second movie, Jai Bhim, demonstrates how caste marginalization and oppression leads to difficulties for a lower caste person to avail justice. So these two movies highlight the societal reality, and I think these movies inspire, especially the administrators, that they should work in the sector of society so that these social evils can be uprooted, and more equitable and inclusive society can be built.
Yes, Pulkit, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I'll start with your views on impact and the basis of your decision or change of decision, because you are in the best medical institute and then trying to switch. Now, do you think that saving one life with all your abilities and knowledge is not that important, that working in a field of policy where you are not certain whether that would be taking your views? Just tell me.
Sir, I think there is no doubt that every life is important, and in that regard, doctor as a profession is been given a lot of respect. But sir, I think besides saving lives, we should also focus on the environment in which doctor can work. Because if there is no infrastructure, there is no atmosphere for a doctor to work. How will a doctor work?
Do you think there is no atmosphere
No.
in country? What is the doctors like for a lack of population in the country? What is doctor availability? Tell me. There is very huge shortage of doctors in many areas. So do you think that we are flush with doctors? And plus, all these best institutes like AIMS, apart from AIMS Delhi, many places have got now. How many AIMS are there across the country? 7 or 8 have already come up. So these are the best furnished institutes, and you are from the best institute. So what is the big problem that you are trying to run away from that profession, where country needs you?
Sir, I think first, sir, talking about data, sir, the doctor to population ratio, including the Ayush alternative medicine doctors, is 1:834, which is more than the WHO recommended of 1:1000. Sir, second, I think, sir.
Is it so in rural area? You are talking only overall India?
Overall India, sir. Across the
834?
country.
1:834.
Yes.
I don't think so. Are you sure?
Yes.
Anyway, that has to be verified, but then what does that prove?
Yes, sir. So, sir, my submission is that instead of focusing on, I think the problem is not in the numbers of doctor, but their distribution. Because most of the doctors, they don't tend to go to village to serve in the rural areas.
You can start with that practice. Go to village and serve. You adopt a village in Punjab. Punjab, you know, there is a train named cancer train from Punjab that goes toward Rajasthan. They say that there is maximum number of cancer patients from Punjab. So that is the challenge and that is the opportunity. So do you think that is a less important work to create an awareness about cancer that is created from water. And I'll immediately come to the policy aspect of this later. So whether that is not that important in your view?
No, sir, that is important. But what happens is there is a reluctance. Why people are more reluctant towards going to rural areas is because they first there are infrastructural issues, and second they believe that the career progression will stop once they go to rural areas. So instead of focusing on rural areas, most people are now pursuing more and more specialized degrees like post graduation, then super specialization, MCH or DM. So that is why people are reluctant to go towards village areas.
Let us stop it at this point because this needs some kind of really serious discussion. You are giving superficial arguments. About the policy aspect, now you have observed that Punjab, the groundwater resources have almost depleted for Punjab. Now, the reason the Punjab government, they opposed very, very frantically toward when they were advised in Planning Commission meeting that there is a central groundwater authority and Punjab should be stopping the subsidy on free water and free electricity. Free electricity is being given to farmers. So what happens in Bhakra Nangal Dam, instead of using the dam water, the farmers would be sleeping very coolly. At 8 a.m., 9 a.m., they will get up and they will draw the groundwater with the free electricity. And this way the groundwater is depleted and Bhakra Nangal Dam water goes happily to Pakistan. That is also wasted. So this is the kind of situation of the population and policy, because this was the Punjab Water Resources Minister that said that no, we'll lose our election if we change the policy of free water or water subsidy. So what, as a civil servant, you will do? Suppose you are Water Resources Secretary in Punjab government and you also advise and you are overruled by a minister, what will be your stand in that case?
Sir, my stand would be as per the data, I would try to persuade the minister that the urgency to shift or to nudge the farmers from exploiting the groundwater resources. But I think it is important that political leadership should take a stand, and they should have long-term planning and vision in their mind instead of focusing on short-term populistic demands.
So tomorrow you will say that, okay, IAS is not giving me the scope, I'll leave, I'll join politics because I'm not able to do the work. Will you do that? Will you quit IAS tomorrow?
No, sir. No, sir. Definitely not.
You won't
You
do.
know now.
But your argument says that no, if you are not getting the result, you are switching over from being a doctor from the best institute to UPSC, this IAS, and from there you'll say that no, now I'll join the politics. You'll do no, because that is going to get you result.
Impact will be there in politics.
Sir,
So ultimately in the country, every bright young people should be joining politics in that case.
Sir, you are right in that sense that, but sir, I believe that in democracy, the ultimate authority is with the political leadership. How can, as a civil servant, I go against or
Okay.
encroach on their domains?
Thank you, Ashok.
So, Pulkit, you've written in your hobby long distance walking. Can you tell me, being a doctor also, physiologically, what are the differences between a sprinter and a long distance runner? Physiologically, what should be?
Sir, in sprinting, it's a short distance and short duration running, whereas long distance marathon, you know that as the name suggests. So, sir, in physiologically, the amount of energy expanded in a sprinter, in a per unit, the rate of energy expenditure in a sprinter would be much higher than compared to long distance marathon. Second, sir, the sprinting would create an acute pressure over the cardiovascular system, whereas long distance marathon tests your endurance. So it will not create an acute stress on the body.
Describe the physiological differences. What would be a sprinter like and what would be a marathon runner like? What will be the basic physiological thin, lean, etc., and explosive power? किस में ज़्यादा होगा? Endurance किस में ज़्यादा? Talk to me in those terms.
So, sir, explosive power will be more in a sprinter. The endurance will be more in a long distance marathon. This a sprinter would be more built than long distance marathons.
Muscle build, muscle strength.
Yes.
Anyway, you come from Punjab. What are the two major internal security issues of Punjab even today?
Sir, Punjab is a border state. Two major issues, I believe. First, in my opinion, sir. First, there is illegal drug trafficking across the border. Second, sir, there is a lot of conversion issues which is happening in Punjab.
You don't think drone
Sir,
smuggling of
that
weapons
smuggling
and
of weapons, drugs.
and SFJ,
Yes, sir.
SFJ, Six for Justice?
Yes, sir. But most of their operations has been outside the country.
But they are related to Punjab.
Yes.
So let's talk about these two issues: drugs and SFJ. What are the solutions?
Sir, for drugs, we should focus on two things: supply side and the demand side. In supply side, border vigilance, border surveillance should be strengthened with latest technology, so that even if like these days, sir, drones are being used to carry illegally the drugs and illegal weapons. So maybe some drone attacking technology which can.
Only drones?
Sir, although there are people also which are
The biggest catch has been in the Arabian Sea.
Arabian Sea, yes, sir. Operation
Tons and
Samudra
tons
Gupta.
of
Yes.
drugs. Drones carry only kilos.
Yes.
So,
Sir, that then the issue becomes a national issue. For yes,
I'm asking you.
Yes.
What is the solution for drugs? You said that
Yes.
is one. Okay, let's talk about SFJ. What is the way out? The way Trudeau and everyone has been behaving, and the way terrorism has grown, even in UP lately we've seen. So, what do you see? Shall we have a second wave of Punjab terrorism, or what is the way out?
Sir, we should focus on the vulnerable sections in the society which have been targeted by these external forces, which have been which are being radicalized to commit these terrorist attacks. For example, recent reports also suggest that a military person in the Britain has been the brain behind the encounter of three terrorists, which are from Khalistan National Forces. So I think, sir, in my humble opinion, these factors like how they are being recruited and how they are being radicalized to perpetuate these acts, they should be tackled, and development should be there, so that what happens usually is that the marginalized sections or the vulnerable sections which have been exploited by the societal factors.
Are there any marginalized and sections in this wave? Do you think so?
Sir,
They are mostly organized criminals.
yes. Sir, we should also attack on this the relationship between the terrorists and the organized criminals, because they are supporting each other and trying to fulfill their goals, sir.
Chalo, we'll talk about in the feedback. Ravi.
Pulkit, tell me something about your optional subject, sociology. What is the Weberian model of bureaucracy?
Sir, Weber provided a framework. He gave an ideal type of bureaucracy. So in that, sir, he pointed out some factors like there should be a hierarchy in bureaucracy. There should be a chain of command. A bureaucrat should be given in cash.
Are those the characteristics of the Weberian model?
Yes, sir, they are some of the features.
Some of the features?
Yes.
And what are the key features? Because these are not that.
Sir, they should be having technical expertise, and they should be politically neutral, sir.
So does the Indian model have a Weberian characteristic?
Sir, not exactly.
Why?
Sir, there are some issues like politicization of bureaucracy.
So we should have a Weberian model, you mean?
Sir, we should aim towards that.
We should?
Yes.
We sure? We should not. Anyway, we'll come to that. Tell me something about Weber had spoken very widely about power. Also, he had differentiated power from authority. Let's ignore Weber. What is the difference between power and authority? Tell me.
Sir, power is an ability of an individual to get his work done in any circumstance, whereas authority is a legally sanctioned power in which orders are being implemented by a subordinate by a given person.
What is happening about these BPSC protests? What is happening?
Sir, there have been reports of alleged reports of leak of BPSC exam. After that, the candidates who are involved in BPSC, they have been demanding that exams should be cancelled. But now the issue is that many political parties have stepped into that, and there have been politicization of the issues. And
So, if you were an IPS officer who was posted there and you had a certain set of mandate and it was your duty to maintain law and order, what would you do?
sir, first of all, I would try to make a rapport with the students that instead of doing protest, they can come to the concerned authority and have a dialogue with them, so that public law and order situation should not be.
So, it is protesting not their right?
No, sir. Protest is their right.
Is there? Is it?
Right to
Are
protest.
there any constitutional safeguards to what type of protests can be or cannot be done?
Sir, any peaceful protest should be done, sir. Can be allowed, which should not impact the public order.
All right. Tell me something about theaterization. What is that?
So theaterization is a concept in which the military forces have been trying to integrate the army, navy and the air force, so that a unified command can be made, so that in case of warfare, a unified command will be created.
Okay. Something related to warfare, but not exactly. What is the string of pearls strategy?
So it's a policy used by China to encircle India in its neighborhoods.
And how does it plan to do this?
Sir, it is acquiring various ports and doing construction activities in the India surroundings.
Such as?
For example, sir, in Sri Lanka there is a Hambantota port which have been taken. In Myanmar there is another port, sir, I am forgetting the name. In Pakistan and POK and Aksai in China have been doing construction activities like
So, in
CPEC.
this string of pearls strategy, Pulkit, are you aware of something called as choke points? What are these choke points? And can you name a few strategically important choke points around India?
Sir, choke points are those lines of seaway communication across which sizable trade and energy supplies have been passing. For example, Malacca Strait and even near the Maldives. So, sir, it has been used as a strategic weapon in case a warfare happens. So, the countries can block these naval points, these choke points, to exert pressure over the other country.
Okay. And what is the relationship between choke points and the string of pearls?
Sir, India has been focusing the recent Nicobar project has been seen as a strategic decision by the government of India that it will help to enhance the transportation, and it will also help to better monitor the Malacca Strait, so that in case of future Chinese any warfare between the two nations, India can block that Malacca Strait.
Okay. Tell me something about a recent development in China has acquired, we are being told, a sixth generation aircraft. And India is also now looking to do something like that. What is a sixth generation aircraft?
Sir, sixth generation aircraft is a new technology, a completely new technology as compared to the fifth generation, in which the stealth capabilities and the technological advancements are much better than the fifth generation one. Although there are reports that a delta-shaped weapon has been seen spotted in the China, there are no exact confirmations whether it was really a sixth generation aircraft or not. But these will definitely provide a strategic advantage in case of warfares.
Okay. Pulkit, my last question is, can you tell me who constitutes the National Security Council?
Sir, I'm not very clear about it, but National Security Council is being headed by the National Security Advisor, and it
Are you
functions.
sure?
Sir, I have to read about it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Ankit, the formal part of interview is over.
Pulkit. Pulkit.
Pulkit, sorry. Pulkit.
Pulkit.
Sorry. Huh?
Yes.
Pulkit, how do you think your interview has carried over? How was the interview?
How do you rate it?
How will you rate? How was it, the interview?
Sir, I think there was a lot of scope of improvement, and I have to read, and I will.
Essentially, relating to your personality were the content issue.
Sir, yes.
There is no prioritization. You don't know what is first, what is definite clarity in your views. Why a doctor should go for
Civil services.
civil service, you say because you see people doing that. If somebody is reading, some books are sold, and so many coaching centers are there. That is an inspiration for you.
No, sir, I actually didn't join any coaching.
No, you didn't. You said Mukherjee Nagar, I saw so many things happening.
No, sir, that I wanted to convey that I have been always known about civil services, and there was no intent to join civil services until and unless.
These are all irrelevant. Your objective, what is your objective? To get maximum marks, to get into civil service.
Yes.
So you say, I want to be a civil servant because there is nothing stops me. What stops you? You are a young boy, educated boy, you are eligible, you are a graduate, you can write civil service. What stops you?
Yes, sir.
It's your right.
Yes.
It's kind of a right to get the best what you think. Suppose tomorrow you think that I want to compete with Salman Khan, it is your decision. Come from within.
You are sounding over defensive.
Yeah.
Don't defend.
Samajh gaya na funda?
Defensive.
Over
Why
defensive.
you defend? You
Don't
see that
justify a decision.
at this point of time, after post graduation, I took a after my MBBS, I thought over. I decided after great thought that this is the right kind of job for me. Why don't you say that? Then you defend it. That is how it should be. Not you were talking so many things that went here and there. In all your answers, this is one problem. Okay? You are very good, excellent, articulate, pleasant, nice, young, everything is there. But that clarity, the convincing power, why am I doing this? It should come from you. Okay? Second thing, your presentation as a physical being. You are a handsome, young, smart boy, highly educated, highly distinguished career. Come like that with a full tie. People should feel that here is the IAS officer coming, future IAS officer, with your haircut, beard, everything. Everything should look like a smart IAS officer walking in. If you can make it, you are in.
Yeah, I think just to add, I think Pulkit, you seem to be to me slightly confused about what you want to say. So you need to be you are not coming out as something that is spontaneously coming, right? That is missing. And obviously you need to organize your thoughts much better and sound much more convincing. But otherwise, I agree, your personality is pleasant, your presentation that way is fine, but on this you will need to work, and certainly on content. When is your interview? So you have time.
So there's enough
You have time, kind of sort of do it. You can certainly, I think, given the kind of background you come from, Pulkit, I am absolutely sure you can do much better, right? That is very clear. So strive for that.
Yeah, Pulkit, no, I'll add on to that. There's not much to add. This basic trait of being defensive, like your whole personality reflects when you entered the room also, did not enter with full confidence that no, you are going to make it, something like that. So your answer have that defensive trait. justifying trade, which because one reasoning leads to other question in that line, as it has led to doctor, MBBS to IAS to politics, and you are not able to, you are then confused in that sequence of questions. So just be clear, because you like it, you have a fire to do public service, good for the society that way. So that will lead your way, instead of saying these kind of opportunities or saying that these kind of visions, seeing people studying. So just be clear about that.
Pulkit, the one thing is that you have a very pleasant personality, right? So you can, take your interview far ahead of where you stand now, and you have 3 months more. One thing. Secondly, to me, you appear to be tutored. You came and opened your button, then said, because many of these fuzzy mock interviews tell you.
Yes.
Why? Either you open it or you close it. So you enter the way you want to sit. So that is a tutored thing, I know. So don't do it. That's why he thought that you were not confident, because your focus was on opening the button. Why should it be? Let it be natural. Second point, as sir said, because you are coming for a formal occasion, your personality is very good, excellent, pleasant. So your hair should be little bit more, combed. It is little flary. One. Secondly, either you use a scarf or a tie. It being a winter season, April will not be good for, may not be good for scarf. So that gives you more formal look. It has to be, because it's a formal place. It's not a free place. Thirdly, I felt that I said in between that you don't need to be defensive. Make an answer. Just make yourself. Don't be tutored. As sir also said, it's your right, and you have to make choices. You are not saying medical profession is bad. It's good, but when I analyze what I want, what I'm good at, what I love to do, so I prefer this one more than that. And I'll be into policy making. Maybe I take up policy making of health department only. Sometime I'll get that opportunity. So कुछ ऐसे ऐसे अपने को तैयार करो. But to me, you can improve a lot. ठीक है, because you have the potential. You will crack it, sure. Okay.
Pulkit, my suggestion is also on similar lines, but I think you need a really good answer for this fundamental question. And you cannot say something which is negative by default. The best type of answer is going to be one that connects the two. You might want to say, although this is just a suggestion, you might want to say that you've been a doctor in aim, you have seen public and ground reality, you have had public interaction, you realize that much more impact is to be had there rather than there. And it just appears to you that your aptitude is built for it because you see so many policy lapses. इस टाइप का कोई आंसर दे सकते हो, बट तैयार कर लेना.
Yeah.
I think we should give him here that will
Maybe
give him the
one or two
motivation to do
cases
better.
of
In his
medical
case,
profession
he is
itself
capable
you
of
can
doing
know.
much better. I would put him here.
सीखने से कोई मतलब नहीं है, मतलब ठीक है, अगर कोई पूछ लेगा तो ठीक है.
Example.
No, don't quote anyone.
It should be
your decision,
your choice.
not your father's decision even. Even if he influences, the whole world will influence you in different ways. But decision is yours. You say,
Stick to that.
I have taken a considered decision to be in civil service because I studied medicine. ज़्यादा कुछ बोलने का ज़रूरत नहीं.
Put a
आप
closure.
Be brief.
Topic.
This
Don't
is
allow
my
this topic
choice.
to
I
keep
want to
fostering.
do it. Why you want to do it?
चल जाएगा
Because I find that civil service is I feel this is the where I can do better in my career and contribute in my every way. You think that way. Okay. Impact and all will come later. Just be brief and write your answers. Okay. All the questions we asked, none of them may come or may not come, but this question may come.
will come.
So please write DAF related answers very precisely, brief, to the point, logically, first comes first. If you do that, why, when, what, all briefly, you are doing the right thing for. Then your personality, physical thing. Take advice from your close people whom you were referring to, some mentor. You can take his help, how hair should be, how pants should be, what color should be. You can be, these are all fine. You should be well presented, like a bureaucrat. That's all precisely I say. How you find out. You see well-dressed bureaucrat or well-dressed persons in TV, formally, not showing too much. That's it.
Basically formal.
Formal. It is a formal occasion. Okay? Don't dilute it as personal conversation. And then carry forward, look everyone, take the narrative along. That's it. Nothing more. Anything you want to ask?
Sir, I'll just add a point
Please.
or two. It's good that you're young, but it is also very clear that there is lack of depth and lack of experience.
Yes.
It reflects in your answer. And it is also a red flag for me personally that you did not know much about Punjab. और सर ने बेसिक क्वेश्चन पूछा इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी का, ऐसा cannot happen that way. Even if you have time till April, depth is not something you can create in 2-3 months. बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी आपको, but हो सकता है. It can be achieved, आप कर लोगे. दूसरा, आप जेनेरिक आंसर देते हो, वो ठीक है, because अभी अब टाइम है, you will brush it
So
up.
where we want to place him?
You're a smart guy, but don't
Maybe
bluff.
here, 160 to 170.
इधर लगा
And the
दे,
bluffing
इधर
is not
लगा दे,
clear.
इधर लगा देते.
Even if you have the knowledge,
He
bluffing
needs to
happens with
improve quite a
tendencies.
lot.
It has to be
इतना
avoided.
कम नहीं है, इतना
170 ठीक.
ये दे देते
Give
सर.
any indication of lack of
Please.
authenticity.
Because he is also saying this.
Right.
Because
I can guarantee it. Sir, also-
I'll give you one direct idea from Mr. 𝐘𝐾 Paul. He was a UPSC member. He was Commissioner of Police Delhi. He was our governor in Uttarakhand, right? He said the moment he tracked that he's a tutored person, he would give him 120 straight. सीधा नंबर माइनस आता है. You have to be natural. ये याद रखो. और जो डेप्थ की बात कर रहे हैं रवि, वो बहुत बड़ी बात है. बिकॉज डेप्थ होगी तब आप के अंदर आइडियाज होंगे, फिर उसको ऑर्गेनाइज करिए. ऑल दिस यू हैव टू डू विद इन अ मिनट एंड 2. अच्छे से बोलना है और प्रायोरिटी वाली चीज़ों को पहले बोलना है. तो पंजाब का इतना बड़ा क्वेश्चन था ड्रग्स का, वो थोड़ा सा आप उसमें नंबर बना सकते थे, वो नंबर बिखर गए.
आपको इंटरेस्ट लेके ये सब जैसे वॉइस सिविल सर्विस, आप इफ़ यू आर जेन्युइनली इंटरेस्टेड योर आंसर विल बी टोटली डिफरेंट. Similarly, about Punjab, you belong to Punjab. If you are genuinely interested to improve the situation, medical profession you are not decrying, but then you should be giving the plus point while trying to go out. So everything, not the lack of infrastructure and things like this, that is not a correct way to speak or justify the change. So this is what. Just stooping, sitting while sitting, you should be straight, no, not stooping. And so these are the small personality traits which you need to improve. One good thing is that you have good time, 3 months to go, so you can really convert this
हो जाएगा
into a
improve.
great opportunity.
और
Because you
बहुत
have the
ज़्यादा
basic
मॉक
thing.
टेस्ट मॉक इंटरव्यू मत लेना. तो बहुत फेक मार्केट में भरे पड़े. एटलीस्ट हैव 2-3 ब्यूरोक्रेट्स, तभी जाके उसका वैल्यू बनेगा.
you see, basic mantra is walk like a bureaucrat, start walking, behave like a bureaucrat, IAS officer, and see in the mirror, take feedback, but be original. Okay? All the best.
All the best.
You want to ask anything more? You are fine. You will make it. All the best.